I'm the chairman of the board of Solano Pride, and I want to thank you all for being here today. This is a momentous occasion because we're raising a new pride flag. I don't know if you can see it, but it has the black and brown stripes, which are indicative of our people of color that are within the LGBTQ community. Also, it has the trans colors in there for trans pride, and we want to make sure that we know that these folks are part of our community and they are acknowledged and they are welcomed and we support them. So Solano Pride has taken this opportunity for 2021 to change out all the pride flags. I guess the dumpster out brings it. But to change out all the pride flags across the county for those organizations that are raising them with a new and more inclusive, progressive pride flag. So thank you all for being here, and Mayor McConnell has a few words to share, and let's make it a happy Pride this year.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Summer Pride. Pride on. And as we look at this flag, we need to keep in mind that flags are illustrations of desires and thoughts and hopes. If you think about it, this flag originated from a commonality of movement that started in New York City in reaction to some law enforcement activity. There's a commonality of that is going on across the country today, and also here in Vallejo, of course. And what this flag represents, at least to me, is that we need to not just observe and recognize acceptance, but we need to practice it day to day. And I think this flag calls upon us, as our American flag does, to honor those principles that many of us fought for, and you are continuing to fight for, because we have to put reality into the concept of equal justice for all. Without it, it's mere words, but if we live it, then it becomes reality. So you're living it, and you need to keep living it in order to teach us all what to do. With that thought in mind, we do have a proclamation that the entire City Council has agreed upon, so allow me to read it to you. It says, whereas 52 years ago in June 1969, a riot at a Manhattan gay bar, the Stonewall Inn, in retaliation to a police raid, precipitated the modern fight for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, LGBTQ rights, and whereas, because of acts of courage from those who demanded justice and from those who quietly pushed for progress, our nation has made great strides in recognizing what these brave individuals long knew to be true in their hearts, that love is love, and that no person should be judged by anything but the content of their character. And whereas 2015's landmark Supreme Court decision was a historic victory for LGBTQ Americans, guaranteeing marriage equality in all 50 states, ensuring dignity for same-sex couples, and therefore all couples. And whereas for every partnership there was not previously recognized under the law, and for every American who is denied their basic civil rights, this monumental ruling instilled newfound hope, affirming the belief that we are all freer when we are all treated as equals. And whereas, despite this extraordinary progress, LGBTQ Americans still face discrimination simply for being who they are, and there remains much work to be done to extend the promise of our country to every American. And whereas, in memory of the 49 victims of the 2016 Pulse nightclub massacre in Orlando, transgender individuals murdered for who they are, and a history of violence against our community, it is ever more important that we continue to push for equality, protections, and acceptance of LGBTQ people everywhere. And whereas 2021 is the 22nd year of the Solano County's LGBTQ community coming together to show our pride in Solano County through service and support of the LGBTQ community in the organizations known as Solano Pride Center and Vallejo Gay Network. And whereas the struggle of the COVID-19 pandemic within the LGBT community has hit harder than most due to healthcare disparities and economic instabilities, and whereas during lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer Pride Month, as we wave our flags of pride high and march boldly forward in parades and demonstrations. Let us celebrate how far we have come and reaffirm our steadfast belief in the equal dignity of all Americans. And whereas the city of Vallejo proudly stands with the LGBT community and with all communities who struggle for basic human rights, for acceptance, visibility, safety, acknowledgement, and equability in the quest for full equality under the law. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Robert McConnell, Mayor of the Vallejo City of Vallejo, and the Vallejo City Council, do hereby proclaim June 2021 as Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Queer Pride Month. And this was signed and endorsed by every member of the City Council.
Yeah!
Well, I'll give this to you. Thank you so much. Okay, so there we are. I got there too. Get in here.
Yay!
You hold it.
There you are.
I'll be Vanna White.
Hooray.
That's right.
All right, thank you. So with that,
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Bob, give the instructions.
All right, let's hoist it high and hoist it proud.
Right into the sun. Beautiful. That's a perfect setting. Right at the sun.
There we are. For the next month, this will be here. Drive by and recognize city government as recognizing you as it should. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you,
Thank
Robert.
you, Mayor.
Thank you to the city of Vallejo.
There.
All right. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knows that there's a couple of other events going on in the county. Later today we'll be raising this flag at Benicia. We're also raising this flag at the county courthouse, or county government center on the, it's like the before the last weekend of the month, the 25th.
Yeah.
And then also we have, there is a pride in the park in Vacaville on the 13th.
Wow.
So go up there. Solano Pride and a couple of other organizations have organized that. This is organized for the city of Vacaville. And then there's also our Pride Picnic, which is the last Sunday of the month out on Mare Island at Alden Park. All this you can find on social media. And then also we have a Pride Love Fest at the Myra Theater that's going on the night before the picnic. So please join us for that. More information is online about that. And there's going to be some other cities that are doing proclamations. Right now we have every city in Solano County this year is making a proclamation that June is Pride Month. The first time ever. Our last holdout was Dixon, and they've come through.
Go Solano Pride.
Yeah. So it's with great pleasure that we're able to announce that today. So if you want to join for any of those things, please look online, look on social media. There's lots of places that you can find out the information.